in color, the continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Ryan O'Neal as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington, Patricia Morrow as Rita Harrington, James Douglas as Stephen Cord, Elizabeth Walker as Carolyn Russell, and also starring Barbara Rush as Marcia Russell.
Dr. Harry Miles is a bitter, angry man. A strange and disturbing phone call from a girl in New York has convinced him that his son Lou has been lying to him. That Lou is in serious trouble, and that all of Lou's denials have been evasions.
That girl said they've been asking questions.
Who's been asking?
That's exactly what I intend to find out. I got a few of my own.
Are you going to tell him that you listened in on his telephone conversation?
Yeah, if I have to, I will.
Harry, there must be some simple explanation.
All right, honey, give me one. Now, you give me one good reason why Lou would tell the girl, don't call me Cool-It. That's what he said. Don't call me Cool-It, I'll call you. That doesn't sound like our son, does it? But it was Lou. Oh, yeah.
Harry?
Oh, I don't know. I can't figure out how we come to hide things from each other now.
He'll talk to us.
Yeah, when?
When we let him.
Well, honey, I've been inviting him to talk.
We've got to wait for him to accept the invitation.
You know, I hate to admit it, but you make good sense. Oh, I don't know. It seems like things were different in my time. If I had something on my mind, I'd talk to my father. We'd thrash it out together. But well, he'd thrash me. But now, it isn't fashionable to give a boy a...
Fashions change.
Yeah, everything changes. You know, we've come a long way since you helped scuffle me through med school. A lot of good things have happened. Honey, now we got a boy in Vietnam and a boy in trouble.
Well, Cliff's coming home safe. I feel that. I mean, I know that. And Lou...
Well, don't call me. Stay cool.
What are you talking about?
Well, that's what he said, honey. Stay cool, don't call me. Are you going out, son?
Oh, yeah, just for a little while.
He just got home.
Yeah, but I'm restless.
Lou, I happened to pick up the phone the same time you did, and I couldn't help but hear that girl.
Oh, yeah. Well, she was just a little upset, that's all. She's okay now. Just needed someone to talk to. Look, I won't be late.
There's no problem. We thought, well, that there might be some trouble that involved you, too, and...
No trouble. It's just that she needed someone to talk to, and she picked me, that's all.
All the way from New York, huh? Isn't that the same girl that called you once before from New York, Lou?
Yeah, that's right. I won't be late.
Who's been asking questions?
Who's been what?
The girl. She said they have been asking questions. Who's they?
Lou, please, why don't you answer your father?
Close the door. Now, who's they?
Dad? You did more than just pick up the phone at the same time that I did, didn't you? Yeah, you sure did. You kind of eavesdropped on my private telephone conversation, didn't you?
Look, Lou, I confess that if I had picked up that phone and heard what your father did, I'd have listened to more, too. I'm not saying it's right, but I would have, Lou, because we care about you.
Dad, if that's the way it's going to be for me here now, then maybe I just shouldn't be here then.
We were worried about you, Lou. Don't you understand that?
Well, you don't have to worry. I told you I've got a few problems, but I'm going to take care of them, that's all.
What kind of problems, Lou?
Personal, sir.
Well, I want to know about them.
Look, Dad, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're worried, but I'm 17. I'm almost 18, and I feel I have a right to take care of my own problems.
Now, Lou, don't go backing yourself into a corner.
Dad,
Who's they?
Tell us about it, Lou.
Who's they?
Mm-hmm.
The kids I knew in New York, that's all.
All about it.
Now, how am I going to tell you? They is kids I knew, people, my friends. That's who they are. Now, what do you want me to do? Tell you who's leaning on who?
All right, I've tried communicating. Now I'll do it my way. What kind of personal problems, Lou?
Dad.
Is it a girl?
No.
That girl that called, is she your girl?
No, she's just a friend.
Did you get her in trouble?
Trouble? No.
No meaning yes?
No meaning no, sir.
Then it's the police, huh?
Dad, you take a little jive thing and you make a great big deal out of it.
That girl's calling you because you're mixed up in something, too. Now, I want to know what it is, and I want to know now.
I'm not going to tell you.
You're not gonna what?
Harry! No! Come back here. Your father's talking to you.
Yes, I'd like long distance, please.
Who's there?
It's me, Rita.
Oh, just a minute.
Hi.
Well, hello.
Surprised?
Pleasantly. Come in.
Thanks. I was out walking around. I thought I'd drop by. It isn't too late, is it?
No, I was just making a pot of chocolate.
Oh, then I'm not keeping you up?
Believe me, I can use the company. Would you like a cup?
Yeah, please.
Well, good. Sit down.
Okay. How have you been, Mr. Carson?
Oh, can't complain. How about you?
Fine.
Oh, Mrs. Hewitt made some oatmeal cookies. A batch baked fresh this morning. Here, have one.
Good. Thank you. Here, I'll pour.
Good.
Who are you playing?
Winston Churchill.
Oh? How does he play?
With dignity. He always loses, but he plays with great dignity. Yeah, by the way, how's Norm?
Who?
Norman.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know. Does that mean that you two have had a spat?
Not really.
Yeah, I thought I noticed a change in the weather.
The weather?
I was talking to Mrs. Hewitt about it this morning. How the fog's laying right down there on the wall so that you can't see a thing. Kind of like a low pressure area. So, you've been out walking, huh?
Yeah. I wanted to get away from Mom for a while. I'm staying down at the tavern.
Hey, this is my busy night.
You got time for a mechanic?
Well, don't just stand out there in the hallway. Come join the party. Come in.
Hi, Rita.
Hello, Norman.
We were having some chocolate. Would you like a cup?
Oatmeal cookie?
No, thanks. I didn't know you'd be here.
Well, that's a coincidence. I didn't know you'd be here either.
Norman, have a chair here. Sit down. Oh, by golly, I just remembered. I've got to thank Mrs. Hewitt for the oatmeal cookies. Here, Norman, you sit right down here and next to the board and take my place.
Whose move?
Yours. You saw me come up here, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
So you followed me.
You might call it that.
Well, you shouldn't have.
Why not? You're my wife.
I'm not coming home with you, Norman. I've made up my mind and that's it.
I miss you.
I miss you too, Norm, but I'm not going to live with you while you're doing what you're doing.
What am I doing wrong?
Oh, Norman.
Well, I can't help the way I feel about Betty.
What if Rod decided it was his brotherly duty to interfere in our marriage? How would you feel?
She's the wrong girl for Rod.
A lot of people thought I was the wrong girl for you, too.
I'll tell you what. We'll make a deal.
No deals.
I'll butt out. No more interference. Betty can do what she wants to, and Rod can take care of himself. I'm not going to play umpire with their marriage anymore. I won't call foul. I won't even try.
Well, you still don't approve of Betty.
I just don't approve of her motives. But from now on, my policy is strictly hands-off. If that's what I have to do to get you back, then that's what I'll do.
You mean you won't do anything to interfere between Rod and Betty and not do anything to spoil things between them?
Truce?
Truce.
Well, I'm going back to the shop. I'll see you later.
Okay, later.
Eli.
Good night, Norman.
Good night, Eli.